The hidden price of smooth coordination. In older systems, the queue was a public fact. Bodies in line, delays that could be pointed to, and a shared sense of what next meant. Many modern systems remove that sightline, and the coordination still happens, just elsewhere. When a system eliminates visible cues and explanations, it does not eliminate waiting or prioritization. It relocates them into hidden rules and opaque decisions, reducing legibility and increasing the risk of governance blind spots. This can feel like efficiency because the friction is less noticeable, but the cost is that fewer people can tell what is being optimized, for whom, and at whose expense. Coordination is the management of scarcity, time, attention, space, capacity, patience. A visible cue is a crude instrument, but it is legible. It makes one constraint explicit. Only so many requests can be served per unit time. It also makes one rule explicit, an ordering principle, often first come, first served, even if exceptions occur. When the queue becomes invisible, the constraint remains, but the ordering moves into machinery. Policies, scoring, batching, automated deferral, discretionary override. Consider a service desk that once had a line. Replace the line with a ticketing system that promises updates soon. The queue is now a list no one can see, with priorities that may shift. Or consider a shared resource like meeting rooms. Replace a public calendar and visible conflicts with an assistant that finds a time. Conflicts do not vanish. They are resolved by a heuristic that quietly imposes preferences. This relocation creates a trade-off, less visible friction in exchange for less shared understanding. Friction is unpleasant, but it is also information. A line tells you demand exceeds capacity, that someone is being made to wait, that urgency is being rationed. When that information is removed, the system can appear smoother, while producing the same or greater delays, distributed, individualized, and harder to contest. Incentives then follow the new visibility. If people cannot see the queue, they cannot easily coordinate their expectations or challenge the ordering. The operator is incentivized to optimize for surface metrics, fewer complaints, fewer visible bottlenecks, better responsiveness in dashboards. The system begins to treat legibility as optional and satisfaction as a proxy for fairness. This is a failure mode, optimizing the appearance of flow rather than the reality of service. Feedback loops compound it. In a visible queue, collective pressure forms naturally. If the line grows, the situation is undeniable, and changes to capacity or rules become discussable. In an invisible queue, each person experiences delay privately. Private delay yields private coping strategies, repeated follow-ups, escalation, workarounds, or abandonment. Those behaviors become the input the system measures. Who escalates gets served, who stays silent waits longer. Over time, the system learns that escalation is a signal of importance, and the quiet are treated as low priority. The ordering principle shifts from first to loudest, without ever being stated. Explanations matter because they constrain arbitrary power. A reason given, capacity limit, eligibility rule, severity threshold, creates a handle for critique and improvement. Removing explanations reduces transaction costs for the operator, but it also removes a key mechanism of accountability. The system becomes difficult to govern because its outcomes are disconnected from understandable causes. People cannot tell whether delays come from scarcity, from misallocation, from policy, or from neglect. The queue has not disappeared. It has become unaccountable. Legibility is not merely a convenience. It is a distribution of responsibility. When a queue is visible, responsibility is shared. Participants see the constraint and can interpret their place within it. When cues and explanations are hidden, responsibility is individualized. Each person must guess what the system is doing and how to be recognized by it. Attention then shifts. Instead of attending to capacity, rules, and collective priorities, attention is pulled towards signals that might trigger service. Urgency language, repeated pings, strategic framing. Meaning erodes through second-order effects. People learn that being understandable is less valuable than being insistent, that truth is less useful than the right keyword, that patience is not a civic virtue, but a penalty. Governance suffers because governance requires shared reference points. A community can debate a visible line and a stated policy. It cannot easily debate a hidden ordering that presents itself as neutral while encoding preferences. No system is neutral. When the mechanism is concealed, values are still present, but they are harder to name. What is being protected? Operator convenience, predictability, cost containment, reduced conflict may be reasonable. Yet without legibility, these values become unexamined defaults, and unexamined defaults become constraints on dignity. Consider a single question the next time a process feels frictionless. Where did the queue go? Notice what you can no longer see: capacity, ordering, exceptions, reasons. Name the proxy the system offers instead: a status label, a promise, a score, a silence. Then examine what that proxy rewards, what it ignores, and what kind of person it asks you to become in order to be served. A hidden queue is still a queue, and a hidden rule is still a rule, only the visibility has changed. Let us examine the structure.